So we are going to talk about Academic Bank of Credits scheme in education and UGC regulations 2021. And I'm supposed to talk much upon monitoring, support, and quality assurance of universities under ABC, that is Academic Bank of Credit. And of course, one more unit that is called penalties on the institutions for acts in violation of this regulation. This is a wonderful thing that this is being organized under Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching by the Ramanujan College, University of Delhi, and Indian Accounting Association NCR chapter. This scheme is applicable to all higher educational institutions, and that may be central universities, that may be state universities, deemed university, or deemed to be universities under Section 3 of the UGC Act 1956, autonomous colleges, affiliated colleges, provided the above higher education institutions are accredited by National Assessment and Accreditation Council (NAC) or similar bodies to be established in due course of time, at least at A grade level. The very first thing we need to understand that what is this concept, this ABC, Academic Bank of Credits. And at the same time, there are some more things, like there is in picture NAC, and there is some eligibility. NAC has to give A grade level, accreditation, and there's called that similar bodies. Now, we don't find any similar body available there in the country, only National Assessment and Accreditation Council. And since 1994, the year when NAC was established by the University Grants Commission under its apex body, in fact, NAC falls under Inter-University Center, IUC. IUC, under IUC, UGC is having a number of institutes. So NAC is one of the apex body of University Grants Commission, and the idea was that on a later stage, NAC will be made an independent body. But even after more than 26, 27 years, it has not got any kind of independence. It is still under the control of University Grants Commission. Moreover, there was an idea or a concept that there will be some independent bodies who will be doing assessment and accreditation job of higher education institutions. This has been a discussion, this has been talk for a pretty long time. I tell you one more institution, National Board of Accreditation, NBA, was set up along with this NAC only in 1994. NBA was a subsidiary kind of institution of AICTE, whereas NAC was the subsidiary institute of UGC. NBA became independent on a later stage. NBA is no more having any control of AICTE, and it is working independently, but NAC is still under the control. Now in India, there are as much as more than 50,000 higher educational institutions, and this needs to be accredited, and they need to go under the institutional assessment. But still, there is a problem. There is a kind of drawback. Still, we are not able to reach out all those institutions. 39 regular higher education institutions, 12,000 training or similar kind of institutions, 1,000, close to 1,000 universities of all categories, deemed universities, private universities, state universities, and central universities. Now, under that accreditation, now accreditation falls under different categories like A plus, A plus plus, A category, B plus plus, B plus, and B category, and C and D. But they have put a kind of restriction this under this UGC establishment and operationalization of Academic Bank of Credit scheme in higher education regulation 2021, that only those institutions will be eligible to undergo this scheme which are having minimum A level, A grade accreditation or greater than A. See, here it is written very clearly that at least A grade level accreditation. Now, A grade accreditation means 3.01 out of 4 CGPA or more than that. If you are crossing 3.25 or you are having 3.26, then you are under A plus, or if you are going above 3.51, then you are A plus plus. Now, such kind of institutions are very less. Now, academic bank of credit is a kind of cafeteria approach. Now, only single institution will not be providing degree, or one only a student is having the freedom to earn his or her degree from many institutions. Now, there is a restriction. Now, at least 50 to 70% courses has to be earned from one institution, and 30 to 50% courses have to be earned from different various institutions. And all those institutions, say for example, I'm going for advanced accounting course. Now, advanced accounting course with your college, which college is organizing this wonderful online workshop, or a kind of faculty development program. So I'm earning one course from you, maybe 4 credits you are awarding me, or whatever number of credits you have decided. That credit will go to the academic bank of credits. So I am earning one course from X college, second course from Y college, third course from other college. So I am earning number of credits from different colleges, and all these credits will be deposited in a bank called academic bank of credits. At the same time, there will be a host institution. Maybe University of Delhi is my host institution, and I'm earning. Say your college is part of the University of Delhi, then it's a different matter. Maybe I'm earning some credits from University of Bombay. I'm earning some credits from Jamia Millia Islamia. I'm earning some credits from JNU, or some credits from Ambedkar University. So I'm having, as a student, I'm having the freedom that I'll be earning credits from different institutions. Anjali ji, you please keep on reminding if all these things have been already covered by the other speakers, so I'm not consuming unnecessary time.
Sir, this is being, we have a basic idea of academic bank of credit scheme, sir, that has already been explained.
Yeah.
So we can move on further in the other implementation
quality
issues, sir. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah, yeah.
Quality
Yes.
and things like that, sir.
Quality and all that. But
Yes.
fundamentally, I would like to come into that, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'll take maybe 5 to 10 minutes in all that.
Yes,
right?
sir. Brief discussion will be enough, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So Academic Bank of Credits is an academic service mechanism as a digital virtual online entity established and managed by Ministry of Education / University Grants Commission to facilitate students to become its academic account holder, and paving the way for seamless student mobility between or within degree granting higher education institutions through a formal system of credit recognition, credit accumulation, credit transfers, and credit redemption to promote distributed and flexible teaching learning. Now, I don't know if somebody has explained about NAD, National Academic Depository. Now, the concept is lying there in NAD. In 2010, the central government thought of setting up a National Academic Depository. Now, that National Academic Depository was the concept that there is a lot of complaints about fake degrees or fraudulent degrees, or kind of tampering with the degrees and mark sheets and certificates. So government was very keen to digitalize this certificate and degree storing system. So they came up with the concept of National Academic Depository in 2010, but somehow they could not do it. In 2011, they placed it before the parliament, but it was referred to the parliament committee for review, and they could not take any development place in terms of getting it materialized. But in 2014, new government came and they took cognizance of it, and 2016 group of ministers approved this concept of National Academic Depositories, and that was operational from the year 2017. Initially, actually, it is a kind of, many of you or most of you people must be having your Demat account. Now, Demat account of shares, where your share certificates are kept with the depository in dematerialized form. And there are two major agencies in the country. One is National Depository, National Securities Depository Services Limited, NSDL, and the other one is CDSL, Central Depository Services Limited. Now, CDSL Venture Limited and NSDL Data Management Systems Limited, they initially came up and they tied up with the University Grants Commission in 2017, and they started providing these services to the higher education institutions. But in 2000, the government came up with some other idea, and they said no, there will be only one agency will be giving such kind of services to the higher education institutions, where HEIs will be able to dematerialize their certificates, degrees, transcripts, and all these things with the depositories. And now DigiLocker is a government authorized agency. Now no more CDSL, no more NSDL, only this DigiLocker will be keeping all these things in soft form, or you may call it digitized format. Now the question is that how come this came? So in National Education Policy 2020, there was a concept of multiple entry and multiple exit of the student. So a student can come into the institution anytime and can go from the institution at any time. Now, when such kind of concept is to be implemented, then the institution should have a kind of credit recognition and credit accumulation and credit bank kind of system. Now, NSDL or CDSL or DigiLocker is having your final destination degree or your final certificate or mark sheet with them. But here, your final mark sheet is yet to be prepared. A student is coming and going, or a student is given the freedom of academic flexibility, and he can earn degree from multiple institutions. So in that case, a student needs to keep his or her credit in a safe kind of place where that can be accessed anytime, that can be retrieved anytime, that can be redeemed anytime. So for that reason, the concept of academic bank of credits was proposed in the National Education Policy 2020, and this is the reason why this UGC University Grants Commission came up with this. I'm not going in all definitions because that is of no use, because it has been already discussed. But of course, I will come into the scheme of what it is and what is the modality, and then after I'll come to the penalty clause and quality assurance clause here. ABC, as envisaged in the National Education Policy 2020, shall be a national level facility to promote flexibility of curriculum framework and interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary academic mobility of students across the higher education institution in the country, with appropriate credit transfer mechanism created through these regulations. It shall be a mechanism to facilitate the students to choose their own learning path to attain a degree, diploma, PG diploma, etc., working on the principle of multiple entry, multiple exit, as well as anytime, anywhere, and any level learning. Now, why? I mean, see what happens. Like this time, right now, I'm delivering a lecture on an online platform. UGC was asking us for a pretty long time, maybe more than 15 years or 20 years, that you go on MOOCs, you go on, massive online learning kind of platforms. But we were not going on that. Then UGC introduced Swayam Prabha, and e-Pathshala, and so many things have come up. So all of a sudden, pandemic came, and we all became techno savvy, and we all become so much, affluent, or we all became so much, efficient in terms of delivering online lecture. Earlier, we were not ready to do all these things. Same thing happened since 2010, or even prior to that. Number of institutions were asked to go for choice-based credit system. Now, choice-based credit system, I can see CBCS system was a kind of mockery, and probably exceptional institution could implement it in its spirit and its later. I tell you, because it was a kind of formality for the institution. It was just a semester system, not at all any kind of CBCS system, and therefore the students were not given appropriate kind of freedom to pick up a particular subject what he was liking. Like it was the option that a student of arts wants to learn environmental sciences, he can join the environmental sciences program as in multidisciplinary subject or a choice-based credit system, and he can go and join. Or a Sanskrit student can join the music class, or music student can join some mathematics class. That was the concept, but it didn't happen over the last 10-15 years. So government came up with this kind of approach where you are having academic bank of credits and you can earn degrees from different institutions, from different disciplines, and you can be given a degree of Bachelor of Liberal Arts or kind of liberal education. This is something kind of integration of multiple disciplines of higher learning, leading to a desired learning outcome, including increased creativity, innovation, higher order thinking, and critical analysis. Again, I'm skipping all these things, objectives, because objectives we need not to understand about that. But what is organizational structure that needs to be understood? Therefore, we will be leading further for the implementation of quality control and further the check on the quality, and then penalty clauses will be discussed, because they as of now there is no detailed penalty clause given by the University Grants Commission, and that will come in due course of time after its operation of execution starts taking place. Now, ABC shall be a digital or virtual or online storehouse entity of credit database of higher educational institutions with students as its stakeholder. So a student will be given a kind of account number, like you are opening an account in bank or financial bank or the banking, monetary banking bank, where you're opening your account, you are given your unique bank account number. Similarly, a student will be given a unique bank credit bank account number, and he can deposit his credits and he can withdraw his credits. It shall be established on the lines of National Academic Depository, which I told you just now, NAD, as a special purpose vehicle. It shall have dynamic website providing all details of ABC operational mechanism for the use of all stakeholders of higher education. I may tell my listeners that this is just a skeleton what has been given by draft by the UGC or University Grants Commission as part of guidelines of ABC. ABC shall be a bank of academic purposes, bank for academic purposes on the pattern of commercial banks for financial purposes, with students as account holders to whom the ABC shall provide a variety of services, including credit verification, credit accumulation, credit transfer, redemption, and degree authentication. ABC shall not be by itself a degree awarding organization. My dear friends, who will be awarding the degree? The question is that who will award degree? The degree will be awarded who is giving minimum 50% credit. 50% to 70% credit will be given by one in single institution, and rest of 30 to 50% credit will be given by multiple institutions. The one institution, it is the student who will be choosing which will be my host institution from where I'll be getting the degree. So ABC, Academic Bank of Credit, is not at all a degree providing institution or entity. ABC shall act as the empowered body by the University Grants Commission or Ministry of Education to provide authenticated records of credit earned by students from previous HEIs. The credit requirements as well as essential components of study for award of UG/PG degree or diploma, or the coursework requirements for the PhD program would be defined by the respective university or autonomous institution participating in the ABC scheme. So ABC has no freedom to explain or define what is the degree, what is the course, what is the program, how the credit will be calculated, how much credit has to be given for the coursework, how many lectures has to be covered in one credit. So these are the things which has to be decided by the HEI. And the ABC shall provide to each of the students the facility to open a unique or individual academic bank account in digital form. Each account holder would be provided with a unique ID and a standard operating procedure that is called SOPs. Now, functional or functions of ABC that I have already discussed, I need not to go again and again in that functions of all that, because the last thing which I wanted to tell you, so degree in such fashion awarded will be called liberal education, Bachelor of Liberal Education, or BLE. That is the nomenclature which is being right now decided, but it can be later decided in different form, because in new new education policy, a degree has to be earned every year. After each 2 semester, student will get either certification or diploma certification or degree certification or honors degree certification or multidisciplinary education degree or research degree, or there are multiple things. I'm having a different slide for that, but I'm not going to show that. But there are different levels, and I tell you, in new education policy, a graduate student, a bachelor student can also join research program directly. So under this academic bank of credits, if he is able to earn required credit to make himself eligible to join a PhD program, so that is also possible here. Now we are going to introduce 1-year PG program. Now 2-year PG program will be only available for those who have done 3 years degree program. For those who have done 4 years degree program, they can join 1-year PG program. And even if they want to go directly for PhD program after doing this graduation program, but the condition is that his graduation degree should be in research. Bachelor degree should be in research, and he has done 1 year of research, extensive research understanding, research methodology, and kind of fieldwork, and all those things are being taught. So modalities are being decided right now, but that is something where we have to understand this. Now, eligibility criteria, I must talk about that. So, universities and autonomous affiliated colleges satisfying clause number 1 or 1.2 of the notification subject to the condition that they are accredited by National Assessment and Accreditation Council (NAC) or any such body to be recognized in future at least A grade level, irrespective of the program based accreditation status, are eligible to get registered under the ABC scheme. In case of the change of accreditation status of a HEI below A grade level at any point of time, the ABC membership shall cease to exist. And however, all the students who were enrolled before the change of accreditation status for a given set of course would enjoy the facility of transfer of credits for award of degree by other registered HEIs under ABC scheme. The participating HEI of above categories should obtain the approval from their respective statutory bodies like governing council, syndicate, board of management, academic council, etc. to participate in the ABC scheme. Actually, what happens sometimes, some of the institutions start certain things without seeking approval from their board of management or the syndicate or the governing council or the board of governors or something like that. Every institution is having such kind of mechanism of approval. So we need to understand that every institution who is going for such kind of things, procedural approval are needed to be done, and thereafter only they can find that. Participating HEIs would be required to give admission in individual courses in addition to the full degree program. Now, interesting thing is that here you are giving admission to those students who, as per the available number of seats, but you are having 20% supernumerary seats. Now, 20% supernumerary seats for those students who are going in such kind of programs. I am reading the lines further. In order to avoid overcrowding in a particular course of a particular HEI, each HEI shall be permitted to have the provision of maximum of 20% supernumerary seats only for each course over and above the sanctioned seats of program course, subject to ratification by the concerned statutory, regulatory, or professional council. For example, you are running LLB and you need to get the permission from Bar Council of India, or you are running MBBS program. So now you need to take the permission from Medical Council of MCI, Medical Council of India. Now, interesting thing is that in new education policy, and now there is a process of integration of all nodal agencies or all regulatory bodies under one umbrella, that is called National Higher Education Commission of India. But it is interesting to understand that legal education and I guess medical education, these two have been kept out of it. Like pharmacy is going to be merged, nursing is going to be merged, NCT is going to be merged, but Bar Council and Medical Council is still out of this ambit, and they are having their own kind of regulatory system. So say for example, you are running a law college and you are going to offer certain courses under this cafeteria approach, so you need to seek approval from Bar Council or the Medical Council of India. So that is very necessary thing. The HEI participating in the ABC scheme shall have the appropriate educational infrastructure in terms of audiovisual facilities, e-resources, virtual classrooms, and studio, etc. In fact, in this pandemic period, I think every institution has now become equipped with all these things. Earlier, we were not having studio kind of things or virtual setup, but I think now in present time, every institution is having all kind of all these kind of things available with them. Higher education institutions participating in ABC scheme shall have a web page in its website with details of the ABC scheme, list of higher education institutions and other institutions registered under the ABC scheme, guidelines, standard operating practices for the students to utilize the facility effectively, along with a link to the website of ABC. Now, you have to disclose everything on your website. Like still, it is not materialized. It is just a concept. I mean, I guess it will take another 6 to 12 months to actually operationalize all these things. But there, the process has started. Some concepts have come. Now, the very first thing is that ABC has to be set up, and the institutions which are going to participate in that, they have to have a list, and that list will be available from ABC itself, and it has to be shown on the website. Implementation methodology, I don't think I need to, because I understand Anjali madam has said all these things have been discussed. So I'm not going to talk on these things because that will be kind of repetition, because I have to talk about quality assurance, why this is needed in all these things. So I'm coming to the last one. This is the last clause in the draft scheme which has been placed by the UGC. The last scheme is that if any university or autonomous college registered with academic bank of credits and does not fulfill the conditions requirements for implementation of ABC scheme as per these regulations, the commission may recommend the removal of such an institution from ABC and any other appropriate penal punishment as decided by the commission. Now, commission means University Grants Commission. First thing is that, and there has to be modus operandi. There has to be certain operating procedural things which has to be laid down, and this is as I told, this is the skeleton, and this skeleton has to be followed, and there are certain things to be filled in, like blood and flesh has to is yet to come in this, and then the penalty clause will be discussed later on, and this may be in terms of suspension of your institution as part of ABC. This may be some financial penalty, this may be some kind of other kind of constraint clauses which can be imposed upon the institution. So penalty may be of various kinds. Maybe your grants are, so say for example, if you are a granting ad institution, or you are in 2F12B list of the institutions, or RUSA grants may be reduced to certain level, or UGC grant may be reduced. Maybe in future there are 4 different units going to be established under higher education, National Higher Education Commission, like one will be grant awarding institute body, one will be accreditation body, one will be regulating, one will be standard setting. So your grants may be affected by this. Now, this was the backdrop, and now what are the standards, what are the qualities where you have to take care, and why quality is important? Because you are clubbed with the clause that you have to have at least A grade accreditation. Now, as of now, in the very beginning, I told there is only one institution, that is National Assessment and Accreditation Council, which is giving you kind of grade certification. for your college, and this is happening for 5 years, right? In case if you are not happy with that, you can go for appeal, or after an year you can go for reassessment, reaccreditation, all that. And now, the NAC has revised or introduced new methodology of accreditation from July 2017. For the last 4 years, there is altogether a new kind of mechanism. Of course, there are slight changes in the manuals every 6 months coming and being implemented. For the last 1.5 years, the situation is not in our control, and things are uh, uh, going kind of hodgepodge or not controlled. Number of NAC visits are being rescheduled, cancelled, and accreditation status is again extended since the visit is not being conducted, and all that. Now, what is important now, as I told you, from 2017, there is a drastic change in the accreditation system of NAC. Earlier, it was 100% perceptual kind of thing. Like a NAC peer team is coming to your institution, it is having a look on your facilities, it is looking into your quality of publications, quality of your teaching learning, quality of your extension, quality of your infrastructure, your leadership, your governance, and all that. And they were giving you a score on 5-point Likert scale, and that was ranging like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like any of them, and they were giving. Now, from 2017, there are two kinds of metrics. One is quantitative metrics, and the other one is qualitative metrics. Now, these two metrics have their own kind of calculations, their own kind of measurement. In quantitative metrics, peer team members have to do nothing at all, anything in that. Peer team members are concerned with those things which are of qualitative matter, qualitative nature. So the qualitative things has to be handled by the peer team members. They are coming on site. If it is a college, the peer team members will come for 2 days. If it is a university, the peer team members will come for 3 days. If it is a college, peer team members will be 3 in number, and if it is a university, peer team members will be 5 in numbers. Usually, a vice chancellor or director is the chairman of the peer team member, and one member coordinator and other members are also there. Now, what are the changes? Those changes are going to make a lot of difference in your quality aspect, because if you are losing your accreditation status, then automatically you will be out of this ABC system. So you have to be quite careful and cautious about your quality things.